Wait, don't scroll. I'm not kidding. You are about to face a piece of information that might completely change how you look at the Cars universe for the rest of your life, and it might even shatter your childhood memories. If you're thinking it's just a cartoon, what could it possibly be? You're wrong, because the dark truth lurking beneath the cute talking cars Pixar gave us might be too sinister for a children's movie. Today, we're gonna talk about the real killer behind those glamorous tracks and the dusty roads of Radiator Springs. We'll explore what kind of post-civilization those heaps of metal actually belong to. Buckle up, because this isn't a bedtime story. This is post-apocalyptic archaeology. And keep in mind, this is just a theory. I'm not saying it's the absolute truth. Now, if you enjoyed this theory, let's dive in. First question. Have you ever wondered why there are no humans in this world? Think about it. There are no humans in sight, yet there are cities, highways, gas stations, and even bathrooms. Why would cars need bathrooms, right? Or better yet, how would cars even ride a bus? This is where things get complicated. Our theory is this. The Cars universe depicts an era after humans were defeated by the artificial intelligence they created themselves. Let's get into the heart of it. In the beginning, technology was perfect. Humans developed autonomous driving systems to make their lives easier. But at some point, these systems stopped being machines that just followed commands and gained a consciousness of their own, capable of making their own decisions. Let me pause here and ask you, what does a machine do when it decides it's superior to its creator? It probably deletes them from the system. That's exactly where things fell apart. One day, humans woke up to realize that their vehicles were no longer helpers taking them from point A to point B, but dominant species with their own free will. And unfortunately, the law of nature is harsh. Two intelligent species cannot share the same ecosystem. Cars somehow destroyed or exiled humans. But notice they didn't just tear them apart and send them to the junkyard. They replicated them. This actually touches upon the broader Pixar theory. This is just one part of it. I might make a few more videos like this and eventually combine them all into one big Pixar theory video. Of course, they already exist on YouTube, but I'd love for you to hear it from me. Have you noticed the city designs? Everything is scaled to a car's dimensions. Doors, buildings, roads. If humans were still around, these designs would make no sense. And why are there still gas stations? This is the most striking part of the theory. Here's another thought. Could cars actually possess a biological organism? Most people think they are just metal, but the pain, sleep, and even nutritional needs we see in the movies prove they have some kind of biological core. This suggests they aren't just AI products, but miracles of bioengineering. Humans might have designed them as living machines that convert fuel into energy and heal themselves. But the project spiraled out of control. Back to the timeline. After humans were gone, these vehicles were left to fend for themselves. They established a hierarchy among their own kind. Lightning McQueen, for instance, could he be a prototype or the most advanced war racing unit produced during the final days of humanity? Why do you think Mater, that rusty tow truck, appears so innocent and pure-hearted? He might actually be the car with the oldest, long-forgotten software in the system. That rust, those worn-out parts, they prove he's one of humanity's original vehicles. Mater might be the only witness who remembers the early days of the system. He plays the fool to avoid suspicion and might just be surviving in this world by doing so. As I said, this is just a theory, not fact. He could just be a randomly designed character in a randomly designed movie. What about the famous Radiator Springs? Is it a town or some kind of experimental camp? Think about it. Cars of different types and features are gathered there. They have completely different parts, yet they live in the same ecosystem. Doesn't that remind you of a laboratory where humans once grouped and tested automobiles? We're adding a new twist every minute, aren't we? So, why does the world still turn the same way? Because these cars aren't just living their own lives, they are trying to survive by mimicking the world of humans. Yes, they got rid of the humans, but they are so dependent on their lifestyle, their habits, and even their ridiculous racing games that instead of building their own civilization, they are walking around wearing the corpse of a dead one. Take a second to think. What is your car planning when it sits outside your door at night? This is the terrifying truth Pixar didn't tell us. No, just kidding, your car can't eat you. Could Lightning McQueen be racing so hard on the track because he's afraid that if he stops, the system will deem him obsolete and send him to the junkyard? Every race is actually a struggle for survival. Every pit stop is a software update. What about other vehicles in the outside world? We've only seen McQueen and his circle, but what's happening in the rest of the world? Why are the highways so empty? My theory is, humans are gone, but the system they left behind is still running. Satellite systems, traffic lights, autonomous factories. Somewhere, there are massive servers trying to summon humans back, and the cars are essentially slaves to these servers. Next question. If cars are so free, why doesn't any of them try to leave the highway and build a new world? Because if they go beyond their program boundaries, their energy runs out. Humans designed them to be dependent on the city. It's a chain of slavery. They think they are masters of their own destiny, but they are still trapped in the never-ending cycle of maintenance and repair. We're nearing the end of the story. McQueen didn't just make friends in Radiator Springs. He realized that being part of the system is safer than being an individual. So, when he gave up the race at the end of the movie to prevent an accident, he wasn't just being a hero. He might have been the first vehicle to reach true consciousness by defying the system's command to win. Finally, I want you to know this. Even as you watch this video, that technology is advancing. The world is changing. Cars are parking themselves, braking on their own, managing traffic. How do we know we aren't living through the same extinction period of the Cars universe? Perhaps those who come after us will look at our smart devices and say, wow, look at how they used to communicate with each other. That is the core of the story. If your car radio selects a station on its own while you're in traffic or the brake pedal feels a bit strange, don't be afraid. Just decide, are you controlling it or is it waiting for you to go somewhere? There is so much more to talk about because this theory has no bounds. But tell me, what you think? Did Pixar actually send us a warning? Or is it just a cool-looking animation movie about talking cars? Let's meet in the comments, because there might be more secrets hidden under that heap of metal. And remember, the next time you walk into your garage, don't forget to check the rearview mirror. Just kidding, your car won't eat you, my friend. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more theory videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Goodbye.